all of this happened for me going from $1 million year in 2019 to $1 million months in 2020 to $1 million in a day trading stocks in 3 years. So it can happen very quickly. Just be consistent with your craft.
Attention coaches, consultants, course creators. If you get paid based off your knowledge, I'm going to tell you something very, very important, okay? What if I could teach you how to make extra 5 to 6 figures every single month using simple Facebook and Instagram ads, all right? Let me tell you about my boy. He got the paid ad playbook. Listen, this paid ad playbook is going to give it to you for free, first off. Marquel Russell, one of the most genuine people I've ever met, he's created over $500 million in client revenue using the paid ad playbook strategy, all right? So listen, go to socialproofgift.com or text PROOF to 904-447-5274. If you want to get 50 to 100 new client leads every day that actually convert, you need to go to socialproofgift.com or text PROOF to 904-447-5274. And he's going to give you a bonus video that helps you with a strategy to customize your particular strategy for your particular business. All right? Again, socialproofgift.com, text PROOF to 904-447-5274. Let's get into the episode. Welcome to another edition of the Social Proof Podcast. Okay, we don't always bring people back that have been on before, but it's just these special individuals, man. It just, you got to have them back, okay? You ain't been here for a minute either.
I know, it's been a while.
A lot has changed, Teri. So if
I'm
you
still
haven't...
single, though. That hasn't changed.
You still single?
Yep, still single. Mm-hmm.
Maybe you get...
That's all right, though.
You think you too rich?
Maybe. That could be a possibility.
Do you get intimidated? So first off, you were telling me that, so I think like you did 10 million in course sales last time.
Yep, episode 93.
Episode 93, which was about a year ago?
Like 8 months?
8 months? 8 months ago.
It was this year, can you believe?
Was it this year?
It was this year, February.
No, really?
Yep.
Why did it seem like so long?
Because the life is long. COVID. Yeah, COVID.
All right, so what's sales like now? 15?
Yeah, we're passing over 30 million. Yeah. Still number 1 on Teachable. They sent me a plaque that said, "You're the first person to ever pass 20 million." And now
You're the first person to pass 20 million in sales on the whole Teachable platform?
Whole platform. I think they said over 186,000 courses. Whole platform. I'm the first one.
Why is your course, what is it about your course that you think that people are just buying this stuff? Because what I know, you're not like a master marketer.
Okay, thank you. No, I'm just playing.
No, I'm just saying. You don't seem like, you got some internet marketers. I don't look at you as an internet marketer. I look at you as just a sweet person. What is it about your course that people are buying it like crazy?
One, I think it's word of mouth. So a lot of the people who buy the course, their brother, sister are in it. So I did a tour recently, and in LA, one of the families that came said 18 of them are in the course. One of them started, and then they told the brother, who told the cousin, who told the uncle, and now all of them as a family are learning how to trade together.
Oh my God.
So I think like once one person makes $1,000 in the day club and like sees that they're making money for real, they tell everybody.
Oh my goodness.
So maybe because it works?
Maybe because it works.
Yeah. And then I think too, I'm a teacher. I hear a lot of that from my students. Like, we can tell that that's your gift. We can tell that's how God has blessed you. So I think that helps. And it's a legit curriculum. Like a lot of people have gone to other courses and then they'll come back to mine and say like, it was bits and pieces and I kind of learned something, but yours is a system and you actually have like curriculum that I can follow. So I think that helps. And then I'm a girl. Girls are better.
Yo, so what do you mean by it? The benefit is that it's a curriculum versus what?
Versus just, I'm going to tell you everything and hopefully you pick up some nuggets. Like sometimes you'll have teachers, especially in the investing world, you have people that kind of, and it's more like, I think it kind of is a macho thing sometimes. Like people are really good traders and they just like spit fire and they talk real fast and then they tell you, you do this, and you laughing at me?
Now I'm looking at it, I hope I don't sound like that. So you do this, and I think I sound like that too. That's crazy. I feel attacked.
But with me, it's more like, okay, guys, this is the information. I really want you to understand it. I want to make sure that you're learning this so that it's a skill set you retain, that you'll have it for years. Like, this is something I really want them to be good at. So I think I just approach it in a different way.
So, but give me the structure of a curriculum per se, right? So I have a course and it does well and people get results, but how would I take it to another level? Because what I did was I put in there everything that I knew would help people. And I think I teach it in a real palatable way where people can understand. It's not like super complex. And I'm not talking like, you know what I mean? I don't think I'm talking like, Joe, I don't do it like that, right? Like I'm talking real fast. But how would I take my course to another level to make it more curriculumatized?
Okay. So the cool thing is when I was first starting out, I worked for Teach for America and we would train teachers. Mm-hmm. And one of the big things, they had this acronym called the WIT-WAT-W. And it was like...
WIT-WAT-W?
Yeah. And I can't even remember what it all stood for. But basically it's what will they learn? Or like at the end of this, what will they be able to do? And that was like the premise of every message. By the end of this, you will be able to. Mm-hmm. What? Yeah. And I think like if you backwards plan your curriculum, that helps. So for me, by the end of this trade and travel course, you will be able to make $1,000 in one day. Mm-hmm. You'll be able to generate that. Now, how do I get you there? First, I teach you how to pick the right company. Then I teach you how to protect yourself because you can't make 1,000 if you're losing 1,000. Yeah. Then I teach you, how to read charts so you get in at the right time. But all of it is with the end goal in mind. By the end of this, you will be able to, right?
Got it.
And so I think that's how you build out a curriculum. Then you start thinking about, okay, I got different learners in the room. So I'm going to make sure that my presentation, it moves because I know the ADHD learners, mm-hmm. they're not going to pay attention. Yeah. And then I have now we have 50 meetup groups. They meet in different cities and talk about trade and travel because there's people that need community. Like, what do you need to really make this work?
You just gave me, just excuse me, because I don't want to forget this idea. You just gave me the sauce, because you said people need community, and you put people together. And is there like a leader of the community in the group, in the 50 different leaders? Or?
Yes. So you know what's cool?
And I'm taking notes because I had an idea that you're going to help me make another couple $1 million.
All right. I help make millionaires. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Okay. Cool. Okay. The subtlest flexes. And it never seems like a flex she talks so soft.
Right. Just help make millionaires, that's all.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, these meetup groups. This is actually some advice I really want to give you because you're starting a course. Mm-hmm. When you first start, you're going to want to control everything. And that's why I'm balling up my hands. Mm-hmm. You're going to want to control what goes out, what people talk about when they meet. The best thing that I ever did was let go of control and allow my students to take on more ownership. So they actually created the meetups themselves. They created their own spreadsheet of where everybody lives and then started saying, okay, well, all the people in Chicago are going to get together. All the people in DC getting together. They put pictures of their meetup groups in the Facebook group. So I've allowed them to take ownership. But what we did do is I make sure that the people who are in those groups stick to the Invest with Teri strategy. Whenever somebody goes away from Teri, if Teri didn't say it, then everybody in the group is like, nah, player, that's not what we're doing today. So we just make sure that that's the community. In our trade and travel network, we stick with my strategy, but you can have different students leading things and that's okay. And they really have just taken it and run with it.
Wow. Okay. You are a true leader.
Thank you.
Did you how long did it take you to develop this leadership style?
How old am I? I'm 37. Check it, 37 years.
I think right now I've been focused on leadership last maybe a year and a half or so, where I'm really trying to be a true leader. But have you always been studying it and trying to figure out how can I get people the most results?
To tell you the truth, I think that sometimes I think I'm not a good leader because I'm not always the touchy-feely, let's get you a birthday present. I remember to text you because it's boss's day. My cousin is like that. And so I made her chief of staff because she's that person. I'm the thinker.
Which makes you a great leader. See? That makes you a great leader.
Oh, well, maybe I don't know. I'm just good at it. No, I'm just playing. But I will say my favorite thing at MIT, we had a class. It was called optimization. That was my favorite class. And I think that's what I do every day in my business. I think of how do I optimize? How do we make this better, more efficient, better oiled? And by optimizing, some of that is I've got to delegate because that's the best way that this is going to get done. I've got to hire because that's the best way this is going to get done. So really, I think that's maybe the leadership mindset. How do I make this the best it can be? And then continuing to operate in that every day.
Got it. Okay. So I got to get into this trading because I, unfortunately, I get excited about everything.
See, what had happened was...
Don't judge me. I seen the look you just gave me. Don't judge me.
Read my face. Not just playing.
I want to start trading stuff, man. It's just, I got to sit down and learn.
Okay, so since February to now, you could have made $1 million in a day like me.
Don't tell me.
I'm just saying.
Don't tell me. I don't feel bad.
But like real talk, so I text you and you got to see it. But in our last episode, we had said like, oh, wouldn't it be so cool if you could make $1 million in a day? And I did it.
You made $1 million in a day trading.
Trading stocks. I traded Amazon. And that was how I got to that one. I actually did it more than once.
Give me more than once?
Yes. Yeah.
Yo, okay. So that don't got nothing to do with your course. Dang, you might be too rich to get a man.
Hey.
Unless you got to be dating like a billionaire. Let me ask you this real quick. Are you dating?
I'm not.
But you went to Puerto Rico, so you got to date black?
Actually, I got to date whoever goes with me. So nope, it can be any race.
Do people reach out to you like to try to get together with you? Or?
In Instagram.
That's a real place.
No, it's not for me. Because they end up talking to my cousins who answer my Instagram messages, and then my cousins have to lift it up to me.
And then what?
They haven't lifted nobody up to me yet.
That's the problem. They don't know what you want, what you like.
Back to investing. Let's get back to trading.
No, we need to know the you. Okay. Because this is the stuff that makes people great.
Okay.
But I do want to know how would someone approach you? I mean, it could be intimidating, especially not many people on earth. You got 30 million from your course, but another whatever you be doing on just trading, which makes you amazing because you're still in the game trading. You're not just teaching it.
Right.
So how would someone approach that?
So, like, I have lots of guy friends. And I think that...
You're not dating any of them?
They need to tell me that we dating. Until they say, Teri, can we be exclusive? I'm talking to you. You my girl. You are my girlfriend. Then I don't think we're dating. So you are dating? I'm talking. Yes.
Negro, that is dating.
Is that dating?
Yeah.
What's the difference between talking and dating?
Talking is you talk to people. If you go out with somebody on a date, you're dating.
Well, then I haven't been on no date.
Oh, so it's just conversation.
Just conversations.
It is because you live in Puerto Rico, though.
That might be it. They got to fly a long way to come take me out on a date.
Which, if they really want that.
That's what I'm saying. So I ain't dating nobody yet. They ain't come down to Puerto Rico.
You need to call Oprah.
She gonna give me a man?
Nah, y'all need to talk and have some conversation. Like, I wonder how she...
Stedman?
Yeah, how she...
How you get Stedman?
How you get Stedman? Being his balls like that. Okay, all right, we'll get back to trading. Okay.
Thank you.
So, I need to know, is there a shortcut to where I can make some money trading?
No, there are no shortcuts. They're not. It takes 8 weeks for me to teach people how to trade and travel, and you need those 8 weeks. If you feel like you want to make money and you can't focus for 8 weeks, then no. Are there people who just open an account and have a good day and voila, yay? Of course. But are there people who consistently sustain that and they don't have any like kind of system or trading plan or education? It's very hard.
Okay, walk me through this 8 weeks.
Okay.
Like what will be required of me?
Well, first you gotta want it. So you gotta open the course. That's
open the course,
one.
yes. Okay.
In the first week, you're gonna open your account. And I feel like we know this, but I'm gonna tell you again. Mm-hmm. So in the first week, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do a 5-day challenge. And then I want you to be in it because it's gonna be like how to take your first trade. And we're gonna like open an account, actually like take a trade. Would you do that if I did that?
I would, yeah, absolutely.
So that in 5 days, you would at least start? Because you've been sitting on this for like 8 months.
100%.
Okay.
100%. So in 5 days, I'll understand how to take a trade, how to, at least the basics of taking a trade.
In 5 days, what I would teach you is like how to first open the account. We'd probably start with the indexes. So like, how do you just invest one share into the NASDAQ, Dow, or S&P 500?
Okay.
So like for people that don't know what that is, the NASDAQ is all the tech companies. The Dow is the top 30 companies in the U.S. And then the S&P 500, top 500 companies in the U.S. You can actually invest in those whole indexes with ETFs. Okay. So I'd probably like in 5 days walk you through how to do that.
Got you.
I think we're going to do that for you.
Okay.
But the 8-week course is like, so 5 days, you'll be able to do like 8 to 10% return. My 8-week course, you'll be able to do like 20% a month, excuse me.
Word?
Yeah. Our goal is 1% of our cash amount a day. So I'll start you out and then you can get in the course and go deeper. But you asked me about the 8 weeks, so I don't want to pass it up. So the 8 weeks is I teach you how to pick good companies. So that's like open a brokerage account. How do you evaluate the stocks that you're looking at? And then we actually do talk about how do you actually place the trade? Like how do you put in the order, press, place, go, and then how do you exit, right?
Yep.
Then we go into risk management. So that's like, Teri, how do I protect myself from losing? So we talk about reward to risk ratio. We're looking at an order type called a stop loss to protect you if it goes down. Then we go into, well, Teri, when's the best place to get into this stock? I found out I like Apple, but what price should I get it at? That's charting. So I teach you using a chart, how do you get in at the right price? Because if you get in when everybody says it might be $160, I got in at $145, so I made money while you're at the top.
Got it.
Then we go into, okay, Teri, like my emotions are too bad. I gotta work. I gotta do interviews. How do I like manage my emotions? I'll teach you my whole 7-step strategy so you can have a checklist. Okay, I did these 7 things. I can let it go and feel okay about what I did. That takes the like emotions out.
Yeah.
And then when you're ready to make $1 million in a day, you go to the VIP. And then I teach you like week 5 is how do you short sell? So how do you make money when the market's falling? Then we go into 6 is how do you do gaps in Globex trading? So during earnings season, which is when the companies report, it's going on right now. It's amazing. It's really amazing.
Is it crazy right now?
Like last Friday, I made $660,000 in a day, and it was great. Like amazing.
What am I doing wrong with my life?
Again, I said you haven't opened the course. It's been 8 months and you haven't even opened it.
Just give it to me.
All right. I'm in it. We'll be accountability partners.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
And then, so y'all do the gaps from like I teach you how to play the gaps in Globex trading, and then we go into options. So that's like really when you start accelerating your growth. I did the $1 million day trade with options on Amazon.
Okay. All right. So I have would I put money in TradeStation?
You did.
Okay. Yes. And it's just the stupidest thing because it's just sitting there.
That's what I'm saying.
I put the money in there and it's sitting there. And I feel so stupid. I think about it every time I see your post. I don't ever think about it until I see a post. I'm like, I still got $10,000 in the TradeStation. What I got to do? All right. So I did that part. I set up my account. Listen, as you know, I am in Nehemiah Davis's inner circle. I talk about him all the time. Last year, I had the biggest year financially based on his teachings. Actually, we just ran a play. He helped me make $70,000 in one day. Listen, what he's doing right now is an upcoming digital masterclass teaching exactly what he taught me to have a 7-figure year. I'm telling you, I owe a lot of my success to this man because he just understands marketing in a whole nother way. But what he's doing is offering the things that he taught me to you for free. He's doing a digital masterclass that he's giving to you for free at general admission, 50% off the VIP. I suggest VIP because you get a lot more time with him and he really pours into the VIP. But if you just want to go to the class and you want to be a part of it, general admission free. A lot of y'all been following him, waiting for him to open something up. He's giving it exclusively to the podcast listeners, 50% off. So don't tell nobody, okay? So listen, go to spmasterclass.com, free general admission, 50% off VIP. Do VIP though, okay? spmasterclass.com. Go get it. Let's have a big year this year. All right, I'm going to take it. Yeah. I'm going to do it. Do you only teach stocks or crypto as well?
Just stocks and options. Some people want me to teach crypto because they like my teaching style, but just stocks and options.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Have you invested in any stocks today?
I did. I sold some while we were here listening to your last interview.
Did you buy any today?
I did.
What you bought today?
So I told you it's
this isn't advice. Season. This isn't advice, but
exactly, it's not advice. But okay, let me tell you some things that my students have done really well on in the last week that I have told people over and over to buy if they go to my Instagram page, Teri Ijeoma.
Yep.
Please put a link to my institute. We got too many impersonators.
Absolutely. Yeah, there'll be a link here for sure.
Adobe has been killing it.
Oh, it's already up?
It's already up, but it's not to where it can go. Again, I need you to take the charting class so you can know.
I know, and I'm not just gonna have you tell. I don't want you to just feed me. I want to learn how to fish.
Yes.
But right now, for the boss of Adobe. So
I love that one. Another one that I think.
What do you think? So Adobe's $630 something right now.
But it was at $650 at its highs. So it has about $20 left to go. And if you look at its chart over time, like it was rising, like go to a 6-month chart.
There's 3 months on it. Is that a year?
Okay. Like you see how it's done this like upward trend? Like it took this big dip, which was a great opportunity. I got in here. I actually have made probably about almost 7 figures on Adobe in the last week. But
what's up with you? Like, what do you mean? 7 figures last week?
Yeah.
And you think it's going higher than this?
Yes. But again, I need you to learn how to read charts. Because like you see how, and this is basic, but you see how it was here?
Yep.
At 663, it can still go back there. So this would be more of a swing trade play. What I would have loved to see you do is get in here at like 626, 630. It came down to 630-ish. No, sorry. That's where we are now. It was down lower than, it was like 530.
So slide over to the right. There you go.
Yeah, it had come down almost $100. I think it was like 560 or so. That's where I would have loved to see you get in, and then you could have rolled that back up to the 650.
How do you know it was 6? How do you know that that's happening?
The charting class, module 3.
I'm still going to buy some right now. Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
But see, this is why people get in late. So for everybody for everybody who's watching this, by the time this comes out, they're going to see me say Adobe, and they're going to be like, now's the time.
Buy it to be mad
so
late.
That's why I need them to learn how to read charts so that they can hear me say Adobe, then go check it out for themselves and see, is this the right time?
Got you. Okay. All right. So,
but put on your watch list Adobe.
What's watch list?
Watch list is when, which one? This is a different app.
It's Robinhood.
See, I don't know how to use Robinhood.
What you use? TradeStation? All right, hold on. I'll go to TradeStation. Because I have that.
But in the watch list, I'm sure Robinhood has it too. You know what? I heard you ask somebody else about their 5-year plan. I think my 5-year plan is to be bought by Robinhood.
What do you mean?
I want like Robinhood or E-Trade to buy my course so that everybody who opens a new account can learn the basics really well first.
What would you sell that at?
I know a lot of companies. I actually just became a venture cap investor too. I invested in a private jet company.
Really?
Yep.
You want to invest in something I'm doing?
Maybe.
Okay.
Let's talk.
How you see my money? Where you see my money? I don't see it.
Okay. Go to quotes. Oh, I don't know where your money. You can go to bounces for your money. But this is your watch list.
I don't got no money in there.
Go up here. Switch the account.
Oh.
I think you're in like your futures account. Now you're in your equities.
Yep.
Okay. So now do the burger sign and go to quotes.
Quotes. Okay.
This is your watch list. So now do the plus sign
Plus.
and add, I think, did we already add Amazon last time? Nope, add Amazon. AMZ. AMZN is the ticker.
AMZN.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I want you to add Visa.
V.
Just V.
Just V. Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's dope.
Add Adobe. ADBE.
Adobe. ADBE.
Yep, that's Adobe.
What's all this other stuff that's in red? The Excel.
Those are the ETFs. So we're actually in the 5-day challenge. Let's talk. We'll probably talk about some of these, but ETFs cover sectors.
Gotcha.
So you have in there XLK, that's the tech sector. XLY is like, that one's how you can invest in Tesla. SMH is the semiconductors, which people are actually thinking would be good to invest in now because of the supply chain issues. So right now, like Teslas are on back order. A lot of things that need chips are on back order because there's no chips. But anytime supply is low, prices can go up. So that might be something to consider.
Okay. All right. What else?
And then you have ARK in there too. ARK is another ETF.
Okay.
So these are bundles of companies, the ETFs, and then I have you in some individuals that we just added.
So so you like Amazon, Visa, and Adobe?
Those are the ones I've been watching lately. So over the last 3 weeks,
But you bought some Adobe today. Well,
I
no,
bought Amazon
ago.
today. I sold Adobe yesterday for $191,000.
You bought Amazon today? 3,400?
Yeah, but I did it with options. So the options I bought were a lot cheaper. So the trade I did on Friday, I spent $50,000 and made $660,000. It was a 1,300% return.
How did you know that was going to happen? Now I'm going to stop asking you because
I've been trading 11 years. Yeah. So like some things come with experience and then some things are strategy.
Do you ever lose these days?
Yeah, not as much. But part of being a trader is if you have a 3-to-1 reward to risk ratio, that means that your reward is 3 times your risk. But that also means if you take 4 trades, you could lose 3 of them and win 1 and still break even. So as long as you win more than 50%, then you're actually beating your average. Like you're making money. So yes, I lose and it's part of the game.
This is endless money printing. All right, so is any of this like buy and just hold to forget about it? Because what's easier on my brain is I just buy it and I just hold that joint.
You know what I would prefer for
But
you?
it hasn't worked. It's like my account has been like the same for like the last 6 months, 8 months.
Because things will rise and then they'll come back down. And by the time you look at it again, it's just steady at one spot. But you could have sold when it went up and then bought back in when it came back down.
I'll have to watch what's going on.
You do, but you know what? Like some of these I just told you are swing trades, which means you could do like hold those stocks over like a month to 3 months and you won't have to look at it every day, but you know it's going to happen. So for example, that Adobe trade, when it came down $100, you could have got in at like 5:30 and then just had a order in the computer that says when it gets to 6:30, I'm selling.
Can I do that on my phone?
Yes.
Oh.
Yep, it's an order type. It's a limit order that sits in the computer, and then also the duration is good till canceled, GTC. Okay.
And you do that? Do you trade on your phone or you do computer?
Do. I told you I was trading here.
Right. Golly. Okay. Do you ever watch the news like on this app, the TradeStation joint?
No, and TradeStation, like I'm open to lots of different brokers now because my students are moving over to TD Ameritrade. Some of them are using interactive brokers.
I got TD too.
But I'm gonna need you to focus. Why you got so many brokerage accounts?
Whatever people tell me to get, I'm like, all right, let me get that joint. I got Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, and TradeStation, but I ain't do nothing TradeStation yet.
So
I'm confused.
Yes, I can see that.
You know, I'm gonna get focused. I'm gonna learn how to trade this year. So yeah, 1, I'm gonna take a challenge. 2, I gotta open the course.
Yep.
And go through it.
Because
I'll get excited and I'll get the course and I don't take the time. How much time? Show me how to structure my day around learning how to trade.
If I was a student, what I would do is I would first binge everything. Like I would pick a weekend just like I do with Insecure. Do you watch Insecure?
Mm-mm.
Well, you should. It's good. Yes, Issa Rae is amazing.
Okay.
But like with TV shows and Netflix, we binge it. And then we can have a day and we just binge everything. So I think my students should first get the course and then just binge it all in a weekend. I have several students, they're like, I got through everything in 3 days. But then come back and then start actually going through it and working through it in pieces. Now things will start to click because you heard it one time, but then spend maybe an hour a day actually going back through it and practicing what you just learned.
Right.
That is the best way. If you could do like a weekend to focus and then come back and do it in bits and pieces, you can still finish in 8 weeks and you can learn and make money during that time. Yeah.
Okay. I just got to shut everything down and just block out time and say, this is what I'm going to do for these next few days. Don't call me. And you know what's crazy? My life is kind of set up that way because I have my mentor, Tony. You taught this, Tony. So he was just like, just walk me through a day in the life. And then I realized that I don't have a whole lot of obligations, but I'm always busy.
I think as an entrepreneur, you always feel the pressure of being busy, but then when you go to your calendar, you're like, I actually only have 3 meetings.
Exactly.
But I felt like the whole day was booked.
Exactly.
So I think it's really just moving around some stuff so you have some free days with no meetings so your mind feels a little lighter, and then just go get an Airbnb and just make that the day you watch everything.
100%.
You can do it with your wife too. Is she interested in investing at all?
I'm sure she would be, but that will pose another challenge because now our schedules have to sync. And we have to sit down and do it at the same time.
This is true, but I mean, decide what you want from it because we have a lot of couples that are doing really, really well with trading.
Got you.
Yep. Actually, in the Atlanta tour, like that's the kind of cool thing about going to cities and getting to meet all my students. In Atlanta, there's one girl, she's been in the class for a while, and she came up, and I know her, but her husband came and gave me a hug. And I was like, oh, okay, hey. And he was like, Teri, I just made $3,000 in a day. And I was like, what? I didn't even realize she had introduced him to the course. Now he's been training, he beating her, and she was like, but I'm going to make my 1,000 tomorrow. So now it's like a family thing. So it's nice.
I'm going to learn a trade. That's it, Joe. Keep me accountable, bro. Maybe I can't do 3 days in a row, but I can block off, like if I'm just not going to do nothing on Tuesdays or Monday, and I just do it.
I do wonder, like, and I know we talked about this before, like would people be interested in me doing like a live weekend where I taught it all and see how that worked? Because if I taught it all in a weekend and did it live, would you come?
Yeah, of course. Can you teach it all live?
I can actually. I've done it before. In 2020, I had all my VIP students come to Dallas and I taught it live. I did the first 4 weeks in one day and then the last 4 weeks in another day.
I'm about to ask you something, Teri. Okay? I'm about to ask you a question. Okay? So we see that I'm having this problem. That once I get out of here, I don't know, like things, I got the baby. I got all kind of excuses to give you. I'll just email you all my excuses. But can I come to your house and spend a day with you? Because let me tell you, let me explain it because I see how you're looking at me. If you taught me how to trade, if I came for a day, I would come back and rave. If you could teach somebody like me to trade, I think it'll help you make another 6 to 8 million. It would be an investment. And we could just hang out and do cool stuff.
You know what? Somebody I went to Nehemiah's conference and I spoke there. And somebody actually offered me $100,000 to come.
See, I knew we was going to start talking about money, Teri.
You wanted to do it for free?
I wanted to do it as an investment, like as a.
So wait. Let me tell you. Go ahead.
Because if it works, then we come together and we do $100,000 mastermind, and I could promote and rave, and we'll bring people there.
So you want someone who can make $1 million in a day to spend time with you so that we can then make money but you didn't have to invest anything in that?
I'm not saying it like that.
Oh, okay, repeat what you said.
That's not exactly what I didn't say it the way you said it. I was saying, I don't know what I was saying exactly, but
you know what? Real talk, people do that.
I know.
They say.
I'm a different case though.
Oh, really?
I'm a different case. Okay, maybe not 100,000.
Okay.
Give me a number that it's not 100,000.
98,000. It's not 100,000.
98 is not. It's not 100,000.
Real talk. Wait. But you are the one who's been preaching lately. You gotta invest.
You do, absolutely.
In order
100%.
to be able to do. But like real talk though, because I want people to understand this. And your mentor Myron talked to me about this, and because I want to teach people live, and I was afraid to charge more. And he was like, Teri, he's like, so you've made $1 million in a day. It's like, yes. He's like, have you done it more than once? I say, yes. He said, so what you're teaching me is what you use to make $1 million in a day? I'm like, yes, I use the same strategy that I'm teaching you and that I teach my students. And he's like, so you're going to teach me how to do something that's making me or can make me $1 million, and you're going to do it for less than 10% of the $1 million? And I was like, because 100,000 is 10%. So I was like, well, he was like, wait, so just like repeat that back to me. So you're going to teach someone how to do something that can make them $1 million, and you're only charging. So I have to think about that too. Like, would you even invest in something that's really going to make you that much for free? Like, why would you even assume that you would do that for free?
10,000.
Oh, you could buy my current course for 10. We'll just add a little something to the
20.
current course. We can add some more to the current course. Okay, another thing I found out.
30, Teri. All right, but you know what? Here's the cool thing. So your course now is producing those results.
Yeah.
So people don't even have to spend 20, 30, 100,000 right now. There'll be a link here. Do we have a discount code still?
We do. So you could do you get everything that I teach for 5,000.
Really?
That's the problem.
I know.
Like I need to definitely up my prices.
Well, okay, do me a favor. Can you keep it the same for my social proof audience?
They better hurry up. Yes, I can keep it the same.
Promo code social proof. There's a link below. Promo code social proof. No, I am going to have to come spend a day. You know what? I should have took the offer of me coming to your house.
Should have.
I should have took that.
I was like, you want to fly out and see the house? She
was about to fly me out to Puerto Rico, her home. But I just couldn't do it because it's not as easy to move around with a baby and our family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you'd have asked me this like 4 years ago, what? I'm out. I got a wife and baby, and my nanny's leaving to go back home, so it's gonna be me and my wife, and that's.
Where's back home for her?
Orlando.
Okay.
Yeah, so gotta figure that out.
Yeah. I want to come back to this thing of pricing because I don't want people to come on here and think, well, Teri's all just about money.
100%. No, I get it because I charge I charge $35,000 for a course. I mean for a program. So
for people to come and coach
100%.
You. I think though that there's something to like pricing that we should talk to your people about. Like when I'm thinking through like what I would charge for this one-on-one, the first thing I did was market research of who are the competitors. And I even sent you a picture of there's a competitor in my space. She charges $155,000 to have 1 hour of coaching with her on an investment. 1 hour. So I'm like, well, clearly that set the price. Like if I'm teaching somebody a whole couple days, it can't be, and she's charging $155,000 for an hour. So that's the market research.
Right.
Then I go into, okay, well, what's the value of my time? Yeah. So yesterday I literally traded for an hour and I made $191,000. So now the cost of my time is $191,000.
That's a fact.
So for someone to say, okay, I want you to spend 8 hours with me for 2 days or even just 8 hours
say my name.
with me.
You don't have to say it. She said for someone to say, you can attack me, David. For you to say, it's okay.
It's not you, but I'm just saying in general. Like, then I have to think through, well, what's my time really worth? Mm-hmm. Then I think, well, what can they get out of it? That's the third layer of what, like, an entrepreneur thinking about pricing. Mm-hmm. They are going to get, like, they have the ability, even if I just taught them how to make $200 a day, that's $48,000 extra a year. Mm-hmm. And they can keep doing that. It's a skill set, so they can do it over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. Well, in 2 years, in 2 years, they paid for what I taught them, and that's if it stays basic. My students are doing so much more. They're having like $10,000 days, and actually one just had like a $259,000 day. So they're really doing well. So it's like, then you think about, well, what I'm teaching them, they'll be able to do so much better from this. So that's how I think about pricing, which is why if people are like, if the course is still $5,000, when they see this, they need to hurry up and get it.
Well, here's the thing. My promo code will always work, though, right? So even if it goes up, the promo code will work.
Yes.
For whatever the percentage is of where it's at right now.
I can honor that for you.
Yeah. Yes, so if,
for social proof.
Let's just say it's 20% of 5,000, that would be 4,000. But if it goes to 10,000, then the 20% will still work, and that'll just make it 8,000. So it's still, okay. I secured that for y'all. And I gotta secure something for myself.
You know like, that flight is still stands, right? Coming to Puerto Rico.
Yeah. I need to fly out ASAP. I'm coming to your condo. Can I come to the condo?
You can.
Okay, I can come to the condo. And I'll bring my 10,000 with me. All right, so Terry, you're so tired of me. All right, cool. Well, real quick, anybody have any questions on trading? Anybody got any questions? I don't know if y'all are into trading like I. Go ahead. Go to the mic real quick. We'll take one. Then we'll wrap it up. But this was. I should have just started the course when we talked in February. That's what I should have done.
But the good thing is it's still there. Now it's even better than ever because now we have these meetup groups and there's this bigger community than even before. I'm about to do like Trade and Travel 2.0. So,
ooh,
yeah.
2.0. Okay. It's all right, what you got? Is her mic high enough? You're good? Okay, go ahead. Listen, if I was going to teach you how to make $1 million, would you give me 10,000? Like if I had a course teach you how to make $1 million a year, positive, you're going to make $1 million, would you give me 10,000? Of course you would. It's no brainer, right? So in a calendar year, we make 7 figures with the podcast. But there's 21 things that I extracted from that you're going to need to launch your podcast. But I only got time to give you 3 right now. One is you need a distribution platform. The distribution platform is what you upload your podcast to. That platform sends it to Spotify, Apple, Google Play, so that your supporters can actually listen to your podcast. You're also going to need a microphone. You need a really good microphone so it's crispy audio. And 3, you need an income strategy. This is not necessarily a hobby, unless you're going to make it a hobby. But I can teach you how I made the 7 figures with these 21 things. Now, the good news is you don't have to give me 10,000. My ebook is only $37, okay? So listen, go to podcastebook.com and get the 21 things that you need. And I can explain it in detail, all the things that you need, okay? Podcastebook.com. Let's get to the episode.
Awesome. How you doing? My name is Kenny. Nice to meet you. You're doing an amazing job. Everything you've been saying is like crazy inspiring. So I'm ready to keep trading right after this.
Are you a trader? Are you trading?
Yeah, I've been trading on and off. Like I've been doing Forex trading. I've been doing like crypto stuff, even regular stocks and things like that, like Robinhood and whatnot. But
you got trading options?
Trading options, that's the next one I want to get into. I do have courses on that too, so I want to look into what you do as well to offer so I can learn from you too, which would be amazing. Yeah. So, because options, I've been seeing that's like the big play. So after trading on and off for years, the other bags are cool, but options keeps ringing my ear. So I want to know, what's the best strategy you use when you're like reading the charts or things like that? Like, what do you use?
I'm looking at candlesticks and I'm looking at formations and candlesticks.
Awesome.
Can you hear me? I'll say it again. I'm looking at candlestick charts and I'm looking at formations and candlesticks.
Okay.
We're primarily using daily charts. So I'll give you some like just tips in that, but primarily daily charts and formations. And then by those formations, then I'm seeing where the banks are buying. I don't use indicators. I just do the formations, but then I do put in like things to protect my risk. Like we're looking at stop losses and things like that.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So you're marking out where you're going in, where you're stepping out at perfectly at the right time.
Yes. And the cool thing about me is I trade for goals. So if it's like, I want to make $300 in a day, how do we make 300 so we can go pay for our hotel room?
Right.
That's the trade and travel part of it. So it's not just like we're sitting and letting it sit in there, but we do have targets in there so we can meet our goals.
Got you. Because you're not going to overblow your account. You're like, I want to get my goal. I'm good for the day.
Exactly.
You been trading?
I've been trading too.
How'd you learn how to trade?
So for me, it got into like just friends around me. They were just trading. I think it was just Forex at the time. So like before I knew to get into stocks, like get an Apple stock, get a, Starbucks, Disney, regular things like that. So like I knew how to do that myself. But then a friend put me on a Forex and how to read the candle charts and things like that. Seeing how it forms a certain way. And like if it hits this way 3 times, it's going to go this way, it's going to go down. And you can make money when it goes up and when it goes down. So like it just blew my mind. So I'm like, okay, if that's the case, let me learn. So like I even have notes in my backpack probably on me right now of like notes from 2018 when I first started learning like Forex stuff. Then I took a break to run my business. Now I'm back into it like I need to trade again because options is like clicking.
Yeah,
so
it is.
I'm ready.
And if you know how to trade stocks and like you know how to read the charts well, then options is just 10 shares of a stock at one time.
Right.
So like 100 contracts of an option is 10,000 shares of a stock. And yeah,
I'm
your
ready.
money can go.
I'm ready. That's the big bag. I'm ready. So I'm paying attention to you.
Oh, she's the GOAT.
Shout out to y'all.
Cool.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you too.
No doubt. Bees, you got a question? You getting in the game?
Yeah.
You getting in the game? Do you trade now?
No, actually, me and my wife, she heard the episode, fell in love. So we have no knowledge whatsoever. So I'm trying to surprise her for her birthday, December, to actually buy the VIP course. And so I need to know, do we need to start educating ourselves prior or just wait till we get the course? Because we don't know nothing about it. So should we just wait or just start just doing a little research now?
Great question. I think for those that are waiting, I'm gonna answer your question and for other people that are watching too, because I know a lot of people are saving up for the course. They can go to my YouTube channel, Trade and Travel, and just start listening to some of the videos there because it'll start giving you some of the basics so that when you're in the course, you just hit the ground running.
Gotcha.
Another thing is start watching the CNBC channel. That way you can start getting used to some of the companies that they talk about, some of the words and language that they use so that when you are trading and managing your portfolio, you're starting from step 3 instead of step 1.
Gotcha. Okay.
Good. Yeah, that's good.
Can't wait to see you in the course. Congratulations.
Real quick, I heard you say concerning the actual meetups. You have meetups here in Atlanta? Because I keep hearing you're from Puerto Rico. So
I live in Puerto Rico, but our students, they meet up in different cities. So yes, there's a group here in Atlanta of trade and travel students. That's over like 40 students large. And every now and again, I think they do once a month. They meet up, they talk about the course, they have dinner. So it's a whole community of people that want to invest and are investing.
okay, that is great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Actually, I'm one of those community people. I'm in the morning meetup.
Oh, for sure.
And on my notes, on October 15th, I put on here, check with David about a meetup because I'm one of those people that I need to be there. I need to see what you're doing so I can like get in it. I was in Forex. I stopped doing it because they do it on Zoom. And sometimes I lose track. And when you lose track, you can't say, hold on, wait, I'm one of those like face-to-face people.
Good.
So.
I think you would like it. And there's students that run it. They're the coolest people. I think you would really enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Stuff. All right. Well, thank you so much. Go ahead, Teri.
I was going to say, so a couple of the people that ask questions have done Forex before. So I want them to know it'll be easy to take what I teach and put it on any asset class. So I teach trading, how to trade stocks and options, but a lot of people take the basics I teach and then use it on futures and use it on different assets. You could even use it on crypto when looking at how to read the charts for Bitcoin. So it's really helpful in all different assets.
Have you bought any cryptocurrencies today?
Not today. I actually sold before when Bitcoin hit 66,000 before the first crash. I had sold then. And yes, I made 7 figures then. And then I did not get back in, but I've been putting it in USDC coins. So USDC gives you 6% return just for letting money sit there. So I put some money there.
Did you buy any cryptocurrencies yesterday?
I did not.
Think you're gonna buy some tomorrow? Is something you're looking at?
No, we're at the highs. I'm gonna wait till it gets through the all-time high, and then this is a good note for any stock. Anytime it goes through the all-time high with momentum, then you can get in to keep going higher. But until it passes, right now it's like sitting at all-time highs. Until it passes that, then you have bigger risk of losing than gaining.
Should I be selling right now?
I would if I was in crypto right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Especially if you had gotten in around 30,000 and now it's sitting in the 60s.
Well, I got Ethereum and I think I bought it like 20 something, and now it's approaching back to the 44,000.
So you got 100% return, and you want to sit on it because you feel like you're gonna keep. No. But yes,
Little brother me. Go ahead, Terry. Go ahead.
I don't want to do that. You can be like, I'm not sure. Your audience gonna be in the comment. I didn't like the way she talked to David.
We need to be talking like that.
We are friends, y'all. This is my friend.
No, I do the same thing too. Like if somebody says something, I just have them say it again out loud, and then they be like, "Okay, it doesn't make sense." So, because my thought process is, okay, I'm just gonna buy it, and just eventually it just be more than, especially because it's not like I'm using the money for something. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna sit on it, and then.
So that's a lot of people's mindset. But this is back to the thing where you said, well, I have money in the account, but it just kind of stays flatline. Mm-hmm. Right now, if you were to sell at around 44,000, I think that's what you said, you would have 100% return for the year. Like most things don't have 100% return. Like you could do nothing else in crypto the rest of the year and know that you had 100% return. And then what would happen is on a day, which you know it will happen when it comes back down, and I know this is the thought, well, it might keep running. It may, but that's the greedy part. That's when you start feeling like...
I'm being greedy.
Mm-hmm. Like you got 100% return right now. You might want to take that. If it drops down lower, you can get back in. If it keeps running up, that's cool. Just go find a different asset. Try trading all the Visa, Adobe, Amazon I've been telling you about.
Yep.
You can move the money.
Just move the money. Just put it in. Okay. All right, we got to end this because I got some trading to do. Got some buying and selling. Sarah, this is awesome. Thank you so much. I'm definitely going to figure out a way. I got to spend a day with you. So
let's go.
Just got to get my $100,000 together. You know, do a couple more podcast episodes, and I'll be straight.
Ask for more tips.
Ask for more tips. Go
so what you trading today?
Maybe I'll just take my crypto money. I'm gonna take it out of that and just slide that over to you, and then
one other tip. I know you're ready to stop, but for those
I'm never ready. I love podcasting. We can stay here for another hour if you like.
Well, for those that are up 100%. One thing they could do is they don't have to sell all of it. Maybe sell half. That way they know that they did get that 100% gain. And then the rest, if it runs, cool. If it comes down, cool. They won't have a loss. So maybe you can consider that with your Ethereum.
I like that. Makes sense. Teri, thank you. Thank you. Listen, we have her course is in the link below. And right now, you can use promo code with that link, Social Proof, and get a discount. Now, I don't even know what the discount is, but it's a discount.
Yep, it's a discount.
It's a discount.
Yeah. And if they want to see the documentary, they should subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Yes. What's your YouTube channel?
It's Trade and Travel. They can do youtube.com/trade and travel.
The documentary of you going city to city in like...
That's actually the documentary of me moving from Dallas to Puerto Rico. It's the one we showed in theaters and sold out all the cities.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So they can see it. It's coming out soon.
Yeah, okay. I can't wait for it. I'm going to check that thing out. So listen, man, Teri, give us some departing words. Encourage us. Encourage me.
All of this happened for me going from $1 million year in 2019 to $1 million months in 2020 to $1 million in a day trading stocks in 3 years. So it can happen very quickly. Just be consistent with your craft.
There it is. That's it. Listen, we can't close it out no better than that. Make sure you do yourself a favor. Click the link in the description. Get the course. Use the promo code while it still lasts. Okay, make sure you're following Teri. Make sure you follow Teri's YouTube channel, Trade and Travel, because this is the year, this is the time that we get wealthy beyond our wildest dreams. Don't take this opportunity for granted, David. Okay? I'm talking to myself.
I appreciate it.
Do it now, okay? All right, we are out of here. Peace. You are talented, but the biggest problem you have is you do not have a community. If you take your talents and put it in the right community, it will grow. It's like you have a really special seed. If you put it in the right environment, the right soil, it grows. When it's in the wrong soil, it just doesn't grow. You are a very special seed, but you're just in the wrong soil. You're around the wrong people. Do you know at the morning meetup, themorningmeetup.com, there's 500 to 700 entrepreneurs that gather every single day. The ground is fertile. I'm teaching entrepreneurship from very basic, practical steps on how to grow your business. Inside the morning meetup, we've had multiple people. I've helped dozens of people quit their job. First off, I'm the best coach in the world. So I want you to join the community. Not for me, though, even though I'm going to give you some really good information. I want you to be around this environment of other people that are winning, okay? So go to themorningmeetup.com and just do the $1 trial. If you like it, you can stay. It's only $79 a month. I just want you to taste test it. But if you do taste test it, you're like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like David. I don't like the way he looks. It's too early in the morning. It's actually 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can just leave. No obligation. It's all good. Nobody's going to chase you down, okay? So go to themorningmeetup.com. This is exactly what you've been looking for.